Hey everybody, it's Justice for Comics. It's been a little while since I've done a video. I've been kind of busy at work, and I thought I would highlight some books that I picked up, some purchases off of eBay, a recent comic haul that I've had. So a couple of these are exclusives. So I want to start off with obviously the one book that a lot of people will recognize. That is Detective 880. And this is a foil cover, so this was a convention, if I remember correctly, it was a Canadian convention variant. Very exclusive. I bought this through, I believe it was Comic Exposure, had the deal on this, and there was only 100 copies. The print run supposedly is only 100 copies. The day they emailed me, I went in and purchased it, within the first few minutes. And I think within an hour or two they were sold out. But then later, like 5 days later, I noticed they still had some for sale on their website. So I don't know. They made it look like, oh yeah, we sold all 100 copies like in the first day. And then all of a sudden, like a week later or 5 days later, I still see they were some still available on their website. So yeah, maybe there were people that canceled, I guess some of the orders may have canceled, or people couldn't make the payment right away, or that probably happens. But I would imagine if there's only 100 copies of these, this is a pretty hard book to find. I mean, fairly rare. If there only is 100 print run on this, that's way lower than the original, and obviously the original is a pretty big book, iconic book. Which I still do not have. I don't have a Detective 880. Several times I've tried to buy the whole Black Mirror set. I think it was 871 to 880 or 881. Yeah, there's like a 10 issue set. I've tried to buy them several times on eBay, and for some reason I keep losing in the bidding. Someone always bids higher at the last second. A couple times I've put in orders, bid orders of like $200 for the whole run, and haven't gotten it yet. So I don't know, maybe one day I'll get the originals. I think it's a classic cover, obviously, and that's a classic run, that Black Mirror. I do have the trade paperback, so it is a great story, but I would love to have the original comics one day. I'm a big Batman fan, and regular Batman I've got a pretty good run. But Detective, not as good on Detective. And I also bought recently some older books. Conan the Barbarian. There's Marvel, of course, has them under contract now. I think Dark Horse used to do the comic books for Conan, and now it'll be under the Marvel umbrella again. So they're coming out in January with a new Conan series. And the originals from the early 70s, I think, are worth getting. This is Conan 14. This is the first appearance in comics of Elric and the sword, the Stormbringer. So this Elric character has kind of been a prototype for a lot of the modern characters you see in comics today. In fact, if you look at that Null, I think Jim's Comics has done a video on this. If you look at the character of Null, the god of the symbiotes, he looks a lot like Elric, right? He's pale, tall, has a pretty awesome sword, very, very typical. And I think a lot of modern writers borrow a lot from this character. So, yeah, this is a pretty important book. You can find it in pretty high grade for not too much money. I got a really good deal on this one. This is probably a 9.0. I mean, very, very little is wrong with it. The corners are very sharp on this book. No creases at all. A couple little spine stresses, but maybe that one has a little bit of color break. The rest, it's pretty sweet. It's a nice condition book, considering it's older than me. So, yeah, I think this was 1970 or 71, maybe 72. So, Conan the Barbarian. I'm working on trying to build this collection. So there's number 14, first appearance of Elric. I also picked up a copy of number 15. This one's really, really good shape, especially considering it's a black cover, which is very tough to find. I kind of searched for a while on eBay, and I think this one is like definitely a 9.0, maybe 9.4. No spine ticks. Corners are all sharp, no creases. Even on the back of the book, it's pretty clean. So, yeah, I mean, I think I only got this for like 40 or 50 bucks. Pretty cheap, considering the age of the book and second appearance of a pretty cool character. So, classic Barry Windsor Smith. So that one was just picked that up for the personal collection. Also, I have the first full appearance of Red Sonja. This is Conan the Barbarian 24. This one is also in very, very high grade. So I was only looking at auctions that had, a pretty high grade comic. This one has no creases. All four corners are sharp. Maybe one little dent up here. No spine ticks on this one, so really, really good. Definitely a 9.0 or higher, maybe 9.2 condition. There's a little bit of, I don't know if you'd call that a crease, really. Maybe a little indenture there. But for the age of the book, definitely in awesome shape. I am going to try to pick up a Conan 23, which is the first appearance. Interesting, the first full appearance goes for a little bit more money. I've seen, like, if you're looking at CGC graded books, there was a 9.6 that sold for about $1,780 in the last couple months, and 9.6 issue 23, which is the first appearance, I think sold for like $750. So, either the price is jumping. I guess it's debatable whether number 23 is worth more than 24. It's kind of like that. I remember for years, and this is going way back, but when I bought my Hulk 181, which, truth be told, I don't have anymore. I sold it for a long time ago. I had a 9.6 at one time. But when I bought it, I remember the guy I bought it from told me that 180 actually used to be worth more than 181. So Incredible Hulk 180 was the first appearance of Wolverine, but first full appearance is worth a lot more now. So what happened? Well, the market determines value, right? At one point, there were more people out there that thought 181 was the book to own, and that was worth more at that time. And as time went on, it ends up being 181 is the more important book, and deservedly so. It's first full appearance, and Wolverine's on the cover. So kind of the same thing here. Red Sonja, this is her first cover appearance and first full appearance, and in my opinion, this is the better one to target if you're looking for the key to get for Red Sonja. 24, in my opinion, is the key. Of course, the market determines that, and so far the market agrees with me. 24 seems to be the higher priced book to get. Also, I picked up Ghost Rider number 2. This is the first appearance of Damien Hellstrom, Son of Satan. Actually, not first appearance. I take that back. This is the first full appearance. The first appearance, or maybe a cameo, was in Ghost Rider number 1. I love really high-grade books. I try to buy all my books in 9.0 or better condition. This one's definitely, if it's not a 9.0, it's definitely an 8.5. I mean, it's pretty darn close. There's really not much wrong with this book. Spine is in really good shape. Corners are pretty sharp. Presents really well. Colors are like brand new. Still has gloss on it. So, Ghost Rider number 1 in a high grade. I mean, I think I only paid for this book maybe 90 or 95 bucks. Number 1 in high grade is going to be hundreds and hundreds of dollars, probably $400 or $500 at least, ungraded, raw, high grade. So, and not easy to find because Ghost Rider number 1 has the black cover. It's definitely more difficult to get in high grade and way more expensive. So I definitely wanted this. There's obviously some rumors about Damien Hellstrom being involved with Venom. Cates might bring him in. We'll see. Also, I picked up Justice League number 30. This is the first appearance of Jessica Cruz. maybe not her first appearance. I think it's her first appearance becoming the Green Lantern. So, yeah, there's some heat on this book. I got a good price on it. I found a website that had it for like $7 or $8. I think it sells north of 15 now. So, yeah, pretty good deal on it. I didn't have it. I've got a good run of Justice League 52. I think I got like 1 through 24. And then I didn't pick it up again until the Dark Side War, which I'm glad I did, because those run from 40 to 45. You know, those books are pricey now. So I didn't have number 30, so I wanted to pick that up. I definitely want to get 31 as well, because that's maybe her first full appearance is 31. So right now 30 seems to be more of the book everybody's looking for, but I think 31, you know, if I can find it at a shop or something like that for, you know, close to cover price, I think I'll pick that up if I can find it. So I wanted to highlight that. Another book that I get monthly subscriptions, so I know this is a little late. A lot of people already have this book, The Rejected. This is like a one-shot. I haven't read it yet. It looks interesting. I know, you know, this book's going for like $40 to $50, I think, on eBay. I happened to pick it up in my Midtown order. I just scanned through that week's books, and I thought, well, this is an interesting cover. I'll try it out. Had no idea it was going to be a short print run and all that other stuff that's making this a hot book. But yeah, we'll try it out. The artwork is black and white inside, which I kind of dig once in a while, and the artwork's pretty good. So it's kind of has a cool cover. So we'll try that out, see if that's any good. Another one I picked up is, and this was a limited variant, Dungeons and Dragon, Rick and Morty versus Dungeons and Dragon #1. You know, this is kind of it's called the Chromium cover, but it totally reminds me of a game cartridge. If you remember the Atari 2600 game cartridges, kind of had this look to it. So pretty cool. When I saw that cover, I was like, oh, I got to buy that. That is so cool. I'm a big Rick and Morty fan, and I guess the print run on this is really low. I think like 600 or 700 print run only. So yeah, this book's definitely gone up in value since I bought it. I think it's $20 to $30 more than I paid for it now. And I also have the A cover. So, yeah, I try to pick up the A cover and a variant that I like. But I'm not buying all the covers. I just decided to get those two for the Rick and Morty collection. Another book I bought was Strange Tales, featuring Warlock, number 179. So I have 170... I'm sorry, I have 180 and 181 because of Gamora. And I was at a flea market, and they had this copy for $65, and it was not as good a condition. I think it was like to me, it looked like a fine. You know, it had some ticks on it and some problems. The guy was advertising it as very fine plus. That's why grading is so subjective. I mean, what I think is very fine plus, maybe totally a different grade for somebody else. So this one, you know, I would put this at a 9.0 easily. I mean, there's no spine ticks on this thing. Edges are perfect. The colors are fantastic. I mean, this is an old book, I think it's 1970 or 71. Pretty cool. It's the first appearance of Pip the Troll. You know, not a big key character, but you never know. They might use him in some movies in the future or maybe some TV shows. So I definitely think that is a cool one to have, and I got a really good price. I think I paid like $30 or $40 for this thing, and it's in really high grade. So I got it way less than the guy at the flea market was charging, and it wasn't anywhere near the condition of this book. So it definitely helps to shop around a little bit. And I got this off eBay, so pretty cool book to pick up. I also picked up some Venom Space Knights. There's some heat on these books. I picked up 10 through 13. I guess I'm going to show you in a second here, but 11 and 12 are the books that everybody's targeting. I picked up 2 number 10s. I got these all for cover price. Now, in fact, one of these I think I picked up for $1. So I'll tell you the story in a second on that. I was at a shop and I ended up picking up some extra copies of Venom Space Knight. So there's number 10, which is pretty cool. Number 11, this is the variant cover. So this is the Sandoval variant. I think it was a 1 in 25. You know, right when that came out about the first host, Venom first host, appearing in Venom number 11 and 12. I went on eBay right away and I bought this for like 25 bucks. And right now, I don't think you'll find it below 80 to 90, maybe 100 bucks. I think I've seen several asking $100 for this book now. So, you know, really good condition. Glad I picked that one up for a really good price, 25 bucks. Another one I picked up, 11 and 12 I mentioned, so I got 2 copies. I'm keeping 2 copies for my personal collection. The shop I was at had a lot of oversupply, so I'd say the last 4 or 5 years, this guy had a lot of oversupply, and there was a box with, there was probably 20 of these, 11 and 12s. So there's 11 and here's 12. All in near mint condition, and literally 20 of them. I bought 5 sets. So, I gave a couple away to some friends. I had sold a couple on eBay. I picked them up for $1 each. And there was at least 20 of these in the box. Man, I am kicking myself for not buying all of them. I should have just walked up, bought all of them, and if the guy at the shop asked me why I was buying all these books, I should have just told him, yeah, I love Venom. Never had these issues. I thought I'd pick up a bunch of them. But of course, stupid me, I tell them, hey, these are worth some money. You may want to pull these out. God, I was trying to help the guy out, I guess. I feel bad for him. The shop owner had no clue that these are hot books. And I need to go back to his shop on a little bit more, because there's probably a lot more books in his dollar bins that are worth money that he has no clue about. And that that's the advantage of hunting. You can go to a lot of shops where a shop owner just can't keep up with what is now becoming hot, right? This was a book that came out 3-4 years ago. No one really cared about it. The art was pretty good. I like this number 11 cover. I love that cover. I think that's pretty cool. But the writing on it was so-so. Just a lot of people weren't really collecting this. I don't remember collecting Venom Space Knight at all. I don't think I had any issues in my pull list. I think that's the case with a lot of people. I just think it wasn't on a lot of people's radar. So, you might be able to go to a lot of local comic book shops and find this, sitting in their dollar bins. I did. There were 20 of them there, and I should have bought them all. There were 20 of each. So think about it. I could have turned 20 into $20 into $400 if I had been a little smarter. Stupid. Oh, well, I think at the time I thought maybe the books were like $10 books. So I was like, I'm not going to bother. Yeah, oh, well, stupid. Next time I won't do that. Number 13, Venom Space Knight. I got one of those at one of the local shops for cover, so decent price on that. So these books are heating up. Definitely want to look for them in your local comic book shop if you can get them. That was kind of the video I wanted to show. I will probably do another video here highlighting some books that are coming out this Wednesday that you may want to pick up. So I'll probably shoot that tomorrow so everybody can kind of see that before going to your shop. Kind of let you know what I think is going to be a hot book for the week coming out this week. So I hope everybody's doing okay. Please leave a comment. Let me know what you thought of the videos. I know sometimes I'm rambling a little bit, talking a little too fast. I'm trying to get better at doing these videos, and any suggestions, I would love to hear it. Also, if you haven't done so already, please hit the bell for notifications. Subscribe if you haven't already subscribed, and let me know what you think in the comments. What you liked about the video, what you didn't, what you think of some of these issues, and I would love to hear it. All right, guys, I will be on tomorrow to highlight the new comic books coming out for this week. All right, thanks.